Well, if you didn't know, April 27th is the celebration of International Guide Dogs Day. And in that spirit, I am the lucky one who gets to sit and speak with Melissa Johnson Arnold, who it does have a guide dog. Hello, Melissa. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So, okay, so I mean, we see these working dogs, you see them frequently. I think it is commonly known, and some of them even have the little signage that says, I'm working, don't pet me, sort of thing. All and as hard as that is, you still respect that these dogs are very specifically trained. So, talk to me then. So, when did you first acquire a guide dog?
Okay, so I got my first guide dog when I was 32,
Okay,
because I lost my vision between 30 and 32. One I went and then the other I went. That's a whole other story.
okay,
Um, but I didn't realize that you could still have some vision and get a guide dog. I thought you had to be completely blind, and that's not the case.
okay.
Um, so it was I applied and it all happened really fast. I just happened to fall in a slot.
Okay.
They fast track kind of thing. So
So now, when you make the application, first of all, is there like a central organization that you go through to acquire, like to make the application and then be assigned a dog?
yes, well, there's several different organizations that train guide dogs, and so basically they say look up which ones you like, which ones have the stand for what you really believe in, and go
Okay.
for that.
Okay.
Plus, it gets you ahead of the line a little bit quicker.
Right. Now, in
And then
yours, yeah.
there's all these, then there's paperwork, and then there's many, it's quite involved. They will come to you to do a home visit.
Okay.
They record you. I had to go for a walk, and the lady walked behind me with the video camera.
Okay.
Most awkward day of my life. Um, but, but they'd want to see how you walk. Are you quick? Are you slow?
Right.
Do you veer left or right? And so that way they can pair you with an appropriate dog. And
Okay.
then they basically sit there and watch. The trainers will watch your video and decide from there, like, oh, I have a dog for her. So I have
Okay.
a dog that would go perfectly right there. So
Okay. So now, because we did have our little preliminary chat there beforehand. So you are on your second guide dog.
I am. I
Okay.
am. I just got Shadow last
Shadow.
summer.
Okay.
And
Okay, because
she's
Ginger, as you had told me, retired. So,
there.
okay,
That
so when you first are assigned the dog, talk to me about the experience of getting used to, because trust would be an issue, right? Like, I mean,
oh,
so suddenly this creature, as specifically trained as it is, there's got to
mhm,
be like a get to know you sort of period.
right. Well, I got my first guide. Well, I got both of my guide dogs from the Canadian Guide Dogs for the Blind in Manitic, just outside of Ottawa,
Okay.
and they they flew me there. And there were three other students when I got my first one, and we were all there for a month. And they put you up it's like being in a dorm with a
Oh,
bunch of other people that were like me, walking into stuff and tripping over ridiculousness. And they you train every single day. You're out morning, noon, in the evenings. They do, sometimes you're in a grocery store, sometimes you're in a mall, sometimes you're just walking down a busy street or on a
okay.
subway. So it was like a little vacation, but a little long.
Okay, so when you reference training, I was thinking that it was the dog. They're training you to work with the dog.
Yes, yeah, she was already
Wow.
trained. I just had to learn. Yep, yep.
Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, so it was she was smarter than me when I got her. So
So tell me, as we kind of, move to a conclusion here, like tell me what has been your experience and like how has this impacted your life?
it's the best way to describe it is, imagine being dumped in the middle of a forest with nothing, no car, you can't get out because you can only walk so far. Um, that's kind of how it is. You just have When I first lost my vision, I just sat in my house
Oh my
all the
gosh.
time
Okay.
because I had the cane, but oh God, the looks you get. And just so everyone knows, when someone loses their sight, they can still hear.
Yeah.
So don't talk about them. If you have a
Yes.
question, most like I love. ask me questions. I love being asked questions.
Okay.
But um, but both of my guide dogs have changed my life for the better. I live on my own now. I was with my husband before when I had Ginger, and with Shadow, I've been living in town,
Okay.
and we're university students, so she's very smart,
Okay.
and it's it's a whole new level of independence that you don't think you can get back.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And if and then she's the focus, not the girl with the cane. It's look at there's a dog in a mall,
People love
there's a dog in the
dogs for sure.
so,
Now, so understanding then that you now have Shadow, this is my final question. I don't want to keep rattling on, but I could talk about this forever. So,
oh, so could I. It's all good.
understanding now that you have Shadow and before you had Ginger, it must have been so hard to let Ginger go. How long did you work with her? I think you said 7 years, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that was because we went through a lot together,
Yeah.
Ginger and I. We um sorry, my dog is giving me the side eye right now. Like, I know you're talking about her. So it is like having an ex come visit when she comes when Ginger comes. It's, yeah. Sorry. Okay, I'm getting back on topic. When I first got Ginger, I thought, you know what, I'm going to try to remember to, she's like a tool that I use. She's like crutches if I broke my leg, or
Okay.
if I was my wheelchair, if I was a paraplegic, that kind of thing. But that didn't stick. It
Yeah.
was, you know, we ended up working at Mapleview during all the lockdowns,
Right.
and I think she saved a lot of people because we had worked together long enough that she knew when she could kind of be a little more playful and when she had to be serious guide dog. And so a lot of the people that lived at the home they were just as sad as I was when she retired. Um,
Aw.
we had a cake for her, but I ate on her behalf. Um, and it was really sweet. It was heartwarming to see how much she affected more than just me.
Oh my gosh.
So it was great.
Well,
It was
truly like a testament to, not only are they just wonderful, wonderful creatures, but certainly can be put to such supportive and functional purpose. Melissa, I want to thank
absolutely.
you so much for reaching out. I want to thank you for making the time on such short notice to speak to me about this. And again, I look forward to speaking with you down the road, check in periodically. Keep me
That'd be
posted on
great.
what's happening with you in Shadow.
I will.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.